Many of our users want to know if there's a way to set up a cost-plus pricing for auto glass. Because for glass replacement not covered by insurance, the NAGS list price becomes less relevant. In version 6.3.1 of GlassPack LX, there is now a way to set up a cost-plus structure in a discount. There is an important caveat to this, however, and that is, how does GlassPack LX know what your cost is? Even if you're using the inventory module in the app and sourcing and tracking your parts, the quote document doesn't know the cost until the part has been sourced. The same goes for those using the online ordering feature that connects GlassPack LX with vendors like PGW and Migrant. So the important first step in setting up cost-plus pricing is to get costs per part loaded into your database. This involves importing a CSV file. And a CSV file is just a flat file that you can create in Excel. If you ask your primary vendor or vendors for your price list in an Excel spreadsheet, it can be saved as a CSV file. They may even send it to you as a CSV file. Once you get it, there will likely need to be some formatting done to the document. So if you decide to do this, contact our support team at support@gtsservices.com. You can get our assistance in helping you format that document so that you can then import it into your vendor profile so that you can use this feature. Now where it's imported, once the CSV file is formatted properly, it can be imported in the appropriate vendor profile under Purchasing, Vendor Maintenance. Right here under Edit Vendor Cost. Now for the purposes of simplicity for this demo, I only have 3 parts in here with their costs. You would typically have tens of thousands of parts in here once you import a CSV file from a vendor. Now once you have your cost list imported, you can set up your cost plus discount. You want to set your labor code and your adhesive pricing and repair prices if that's relevant, but you want to leave your NAGS pricing blank, because what you're then going to do is come over here and use this Use Matrix for Auto Glass. You'll click this checkbox. It's going to warn you about nullifying other discount pricing. Just click OK. Now let's select a radio button to indicate what cost we're wanting to use. Are we going to price it from the NAGS list price or price it from the buyout cost? If you have configured your GlassPack database with an internal warehouse, you may be selecting this buyout and warehouse cost, but the most common one will be this buyout cost. Select Edit Matrix. This matrix is structured for pricing tiers. What I mean is you can set different plus amounts based on the cost range. And what this field is asking is for the highest end of the first cost tier. I probably just confused you, but let's do an example. Insert bracket. And what this field is asking for is the highest end of the first cost tier. If I enter an amount of $50 here, what I'm saying is that for glass that costs me $0 to $50, I'm going to price it by a particular amount. Let's say $50. So what I'm saying here is that for anything that is going to cost me up to $50 to get, I'm going to charge $50 plus that cost. For instance, if the glass cost me $40, my price to my customer will be $90. We have these 2 fields here in the tier because you set your default plus amount, but you can also set a minimum plus amount. In other words, if someone in your system tries to go below this minimum cost plus amount, they'll be flagged about it. Now I need to account for parts that cost more than $50. We can cover $51 on up. Now I need to account for parts that cost more than $50. We can cover $51 on up with one line here setting the price. Or we could add another tier and say something like $100. So the glass that costs between $50 and $100 will get its own unique price plus amount. Let's put $100 here. And for here, let's put $150. So what is this saying? Any glass that costs me up to $50, my price will be that cost plus $50. Any glass that costs me between $50 and $100, my price will be the cost plus $100. And any glass that costs me over $100, my price to my customer will be the cost of the glass plus $150. Let's save this and see how this plays out. Or let's review the cost list we have in here. I have 3 pieces of glass loaded in here with the cost of $50, $200, and $90. So if we put this first piece of glass on an order with the cost plus discount, and this is a piece of glass that costs $50. And I am now quoting $100 to my customer, which makes sense because it cost me $50 and my cost plus is $50 on top of that. Let's do another one. This is for a piece of glass that cost me $90. And I am quoting $190, which is correct because the glass that cost me between $50 and $100, I'm going to add $100. Let's do one for a piece of glass that costs $200. So this is correct. This is my $200 plus the $150 cost plus. I certainly hope this video has helped you understand how to set up a cost plus discount.